What I wish somebody would have told me when I first started working out at 16 years old. There was a lot of mistakes I made when I was younger, when I first started training. One of which that I think of that first comes to mind immediately was when I would work out, I had no kind of schedule, no kind of split, no kind of consistency. I'd kind of just walk in the gym and do whatever. I would hit a full body every day and it just didn't make sense. It wasn't for a while until somebody in the gym community kind of explained to me what a split was and like dividing muscle groups up. But I think that's a big thing that a lot of us mess up. So, number one, biggest thing that I wish somebody would have told me is having a split, having some kind of schedule. And that's a huge mistake a lot of people make. That's a big thing that a lot of people come up to me with when I'm doing personal training. They're like, I just come in, I kind of do a few things and I leave. Like they just come in, hit full body every day, and then dip right out the door. And you can't do that. That's not going to work. You can't come in, hit full body every day, and expect to see results. You're doing too much, and you're actually wasting more time. You don't need to come in and spend 2 to 3 hours in there, hitting every muscle group in the world. You actually want to divide it and learn what a split is and how to do different splits because there's many of different ones out there like push pull legs, bro split, the Sam Sulek split that I follow. There's just so many different splits, and that's for you to do your own homework and your own research. So that's one of the biggest things that I wish somebody would have told me when I first started working out. The second thing being nutrition and supplement use. Now, no, don't take testosterone boosters, especially at 16, 17, 18 and up. Like, you don't need it. And no steroids, obviously. You need to have some kind of consistent diet. You need to be some kind of consistency in there. You can't be working out every day, slamming pre workout, and not drinking enough water and not eating well. At least have some kind of balance. I get it, you're young, you're having fun, it's new, you're getting in there and you're ego lifting, whatever, but have some kind of balance. Make eggs, have a good healthy dinner, carb up, actually get fuel in your body so when you go in there to train, you're ready, you're prepared, right? So, and the supplement thing, like you don't need to take pre-workout and creatine. It helps a lot. It helps. I recommend creatine and BCAAs. I don't really recommend pre-workout because getting hooked on that caffeine just isn't good for nobody. I really do recommend BCAAs and creatine though. I think that's huge. But stay away from the pre-workout and the energy drinks. There's no point. You don't need it. You don't need it. And slamming 400 milligrams every day, they're just going to get to a point where either A, you run out of pre workout and you feel like crap and you don't have it and you're constantly remaining for that high. Um, and that's the second thing actually too is when you're so hooked on 400 milligrams a day, if you have anything less, then you don't feel energized at all, and that's a big problem. That's something that nobody wants to fall into. I've fallen into it myself. Now if I do take pre-workout, which I don't, when I was for a little bit, it was like a quarter scoop. I couldn't do anything more than that. Now there is a little bit of caffeine in BCAs. I think there's 160 in mine for the 3 scoops for an intense workout. Now that's way better than slamming 400. You know what I mean? But yeah, creatine, go for it. I'm all for creatine as long as you're drinking plenty of water throughout your day. Yo, as long as you're drinking plenty of water throughout the day, creatine more than acceptable. Now it brings me into my third and final thing, ego lifting. Guys, weight does not matter. I know it's cool to get in there with your friends, show off, lift really heavy, see who can bench the most, see who can squat the most, hurt yourself. But really, you're not getting anywhere. If you're not actually seriously powerlifting and taking that seriously, don't do it. It's stupid. You're going to break something. You're going to hurt yourself. And you honestly just look stupid. When I see kids in there, all the time, 14-year-olds, they'll come in there, they'll throw 225 on the freaking bar, and they don't even weigh half that, and they try benching it and die. I'm like, bro, come on. Ego lifting stupid. Now that's the more drastic version, and there's obviously more minimal, like trying to bicep curl 40 pounds at 110 body weight. Like it just doesn't work. So weight doesn't matter, and I'll say this for everybody. It doesn't matter what age you are. Weight does not matter. I can get a great workout in with 2 10-pound dumbbells. I don't need 100 pounds, all right? Now, if you're powerlifting, I understand that. But if you're trying to build some muscle and tone out and look good and feel good, you don't need weight. Weight does not matter. It's about how the weight feels. It's about being able to connect your CNS and your brain to that muscle you're hitting and contracting it in and out. Now, I hope this video helped you guys out a little bit and be safe, but keep going to the gym. See you guys in the next one.